besties. How are we doing? How's your week been? Let me know in the comments what your peak of the week has been. I love seeing things that make people happy, big or small. It's always so good to see. We've got a couple of days together for this week's vlog. Tomorrow we're flying to America, to New York. I say we, no, it's just me. Lawrence actually went this morning. He's going to meet up with a friend and go to Boston, so they've got a couple of days. They do this kind of like lads holiday thing. They've been to Athens before, France to Paris. They go on these like little like weekends away, him and his friend. And previously, before I did content full time, I had really limited holiday at my work. I say really limited, but like I had the normal amount of holiday that you would have at a full-time job. So I wasn't able to go away a lot like Lawrence does. He's part freelance, part works for a company doing graphic design. So he's able to shift his official like work days how he needs to have long weekends. Previously, he had so much more holiday to play with than I do. Now it's a situation where I can fit things around, and we're planning these long trips to make use of the fact that hopefully I'll be doing it like this for the foreseeable forever. This is it now. But you just never know. You never know how things change. So we're planning lots of things. We already had this trip booked. The world is kind of like opening up to us, which is so exciting. But we're going to the US. It's a bit of a difficult time right now as well. I am so aware of all the conflict, all the problems, and we had this trip booked for a really long time. So for us, it wasn't an option to cancel it. I kind of want to still share the things that we will be doing on it, because the people of these places won't necessarily have had a choice in the politics. I still want to showcase the small independent businesses, the restaurants, all those kind of things that we're going to and we have planned to. But something that I do want to do to use my platform to make use, I guess, to make use of my platform however I can, is I have decided that any profits I make through monetization on YouTube and my TikTok videos that get monetized from the trip that we do, I'm going to donate all of the profits from that to a couple of charities, one for LGBTQ plus communities, and then the other one for families that are struggling and having to deal with the deportation side of things. So if I can't cancel the trip, I'm at least going to try and use this platform to help those people. And fingers crossed that it means that we get a good amount of views on these things and us together can make a difference. So we're going to the US, bit of a weird time to be going, but fingers crossed everything will still be okay. I've already got my Esther as well, so I'm hoping everything's going to be fine. So I thought I'd walk you through everything that I'm packing. It's a 3-week trip, so I'm not going to be able to plan outfits for every single day. It's going to very much be capsule wardrobing, swapping stuff out. I'm going to have to get some stuff, I think, washed when we're out there as well at hotels. I'm gonna go with the good basics, I think. I can't find my packing cubes actually. I'm gonna see if I can there's one more place they could be, so I'm gonna see if I can find them. I found 2 of them. They were shoved in a place that definitely wasn't me that shoved them there, I'll put it that way. I do have another one. Maybe I'll see if I can just pick some up today, because I do like a packing cube. I do find it quite easy to then it's more so for unpacking. Like once you get to a hotel, you can just take bits out and put them in. I'm gonna start with the elements that I find the easiest, which are day chill outfits. So I guess like the good thing about packing for America is that it is super relaxed. It's not like a flashy place. We're doing a trip from New York down to Washington, Charleston, Savannah. I think that's the right order. And then Orlando, Disney World, and then back up to New York for a few days before coming home. So everywhere that we're going is pretty relaxed. I'm gonna take a couple of pairs of shorts. We're going in with my black Levi shorts. I'm also gonna take these Zara ones as well. I think I'm gonna put this outfit in my carry-on as a potential change into when I get to New York. So did I say this? Yeah, Lawrence has gone with his friend. I'm going out Thursday morning, so tomorrow night I'm gonna go stay at my sister-in-law's because she's looking after Oishi whilst we're away. Then I'm going to stay at hers in the morning, drive to Heathrow, leave the car at Heathrow, and then I have one evening and kind of like a full 24 hours, I guess, in in New York by myself before Lawrence and his friend come back and join me in New York from Boston. We've got one evening, me, Lawrence and his friend Nick, before the next day we drive to, I think, our first stop, which is Washington. I think that's the first stop that we go to. So I'm gonna pack those shorts, these ones, and then I got a bunch of t-shirts and tanks here. Plain black tank. I think I'll take this in a white as well. So we've got a black tank. I'm gonna also take this green one. I love, like, green is just my favorite color. Then I'm gonna do 3 white tees because I love a white tee. Do I need 3? I think I maybe just need 2 and then I can wash one. Okay, we're gonna take 2 white tees, then a couple of other tees, this kind of like light dusky, I want to say it's a dusky pink one, but it's more like a neutral kind of colour. I love this burnt orange one from Zara. I'm going to take that as a little bit of a pop of colour. And I've got this kind of like boxy oversized grey one as well. I think that with a pair of shorts would look really good. And then a couple of my trusty American Apparel crop tees that I always rave about. Dark grey and light grey. So I think those are all my kind of day casual outfits. With shorts, I think is mostly, look, I feel like my uniform for this whole trip during the day especially is going to be jean shorts and a t-shirt, a tank, a linen shirt, that kind of thing, but it's definitely going to be a shorts and tee kind of weather. I picked up this green linen shirt from United Colours of Benetton, when I was on my friend's hen in Lisbon, and it's one of those ones that I didn't realise that I'd get as much use out of it and love it as much as I have. So when I was in H&M the other day, I found a brown one, and I love brown tones as well, and I think this, again with a pair of shorts, will look really good, or in the evening with a pair of linen trousers will also look great. So I'm going to take that as like a day to evening kind of look. And then I've also got, for days when it is super hot, it is going to be like 30 degrees. I know that it can get really humid as well where we're going. I've got this blue strappy long midi dress, and it's like super low on the back as well, and it's one of those kind of like naked dresses you can wear literally nothing underneath it. The fabric is really light and flowy, and it just means that on those really hot days, like when you just don't want any fabric touching you, this is just so good. It's from Mango years ago, my go-to hot evening, hot day dress. I think that's everything on the day outfits, I think. Yes. Evening outfits. I have been really into these long-ish, that I wouldn't say they're Bermuda shorts because they're a little bit shorter than that, but these are such a beautiful length shorts. These are from Zara, and I've got them in cream as well as brown. I really need to get a colour analysis to see what actually suits me, but I do feel like those kind of earthy tones do suit me quite well. So I'm going to take both of those pairs of shorts. I did also get from H&M the other day, there's a few things that I wanted to show you guys that I've purchased. Normally I'm a linen trouser kind of person in the evenings, but I saw those in H&M, which are clots. Let me put them on for you because I'm considering taking these away with me instead of the usual like go-to linen trousers that I normally wear. So let me put them on now and decide if I do want to take those in place, because not taking the usual cream linen trousers I usually take is a big deal because they are my maybe I should still take them because they are my go-to. Like, I just always feel comfortable in them, and that's always nice to have. It's always nice to have one outfit, isn't it, that you just know if I put that on, I'm good as gold. So these are the trousers. I just think these with a tee or like even this will look really nice, so gonna pack those. I also have this really nice brown dress. Again, it's one of those really beautiful flowy materials. I think this in the evening, even with like a pair of trainers, will look really nice. It might be a touch too dressy for the places we're going, but I think I could dress this down, but the fabric is really good. It's got pockets. I got that when I was in Lisbon for my friend's hen as well. Really happy about that. And then another thing I picked up from H&M is this dress here. Kind of like shifty, nice kind of weight material to it, and I think this in the evening with, what shoes? We'll move on to shoes in a minute, I think. Love this dress, gonna take this. And do you know what? I think I am just gonna take those. I don't think I'm gonna take the other linen ones. I don't need to. I'm gonna risk it. I feel like those two shorts are replacing the linen trousers that I normally wear, so we're gonna risk it. There's 2 more dresses I actually want to show you that I picked up. Right, this is dress 1. Hopefully this angle is okay and you can see this. This is like super sheer. I think it's like supposed to be a beach dress. I'm undecided on this, let me know. I think I'm gonna take it away with me because we do have a couple of days in Disney where I think we'll be by the pool, and depending on what you guys say about it, I'll keep the tag in. If I don't end up using it, I'll return it when we come back. But it's super light and flowing. I think it's really nice to be able to just chuck on over a swimsuit, you know? The other one I got in H&M the other day, and it was in the sale. It was £10. I'll put it on and show you. Right, this is the other one. I saw this actually online and I wasn't sure about the material. I thought it was quite shiny, but I saw it in store and I thought, oh, for £10, I do realise, and I feel like this is a good evening version of that blue one that I showed you of. Super light and airy. You don't wear much underneath it. This with a pair of shoes that I also found in H&M in the sale the other day. I don't know what was going on with H&M when I went in there because so much stuff was on sale. Is it a summer sale? I don't know. But I found these shoes here, low heel kind of mules. These are actually a size 42, which I think is a size 9. Yeah, a size 9. £8, but for some reason, I've got very wide feet. For some reason, just they fit perfectly. They were more like a 6 that I am, not a 9. Super comfy as well. Like this leather is so soft. And I just think these with this, can you see this okay? Those shoes are so comfy. I think even with a pair of jeans in the evening will just look really good. So love this, taking this kind of combo. Tops for the evening. I'm gonna take a few different ones that I could wear with either a pair of jeans, so like jeans and a nice top kind of situation, or with those white culottes, or with the linen shorts that I've showed you. So I've got this cream short sleeve knit top. I've got a fine knit. Kind of don't want to unfold everything because Lawrence has ironed everything so well for me. That's something about Lawrence. Like, I sometimes take it for granted, but because Lawrence, he used to be a fashion designer, he had his own label in Topshop. You know when in Oxford Circus, when there was all the concessions down in the basement, Lawrence had a brand there. It was called I Saved Lawrence, which is an anagram of his name, Lawrence Davies, I Saved Lawrence. He used to be a fashion designer, so he's really good at ironing. He presses everything really well, so he is like, that's his job in the house. He does all the ironing. So I never want to unfold anything that he's pressed because it's been done so well. But we've got this really great fine knit top here, which looks great with a pair of denim shorts in the evening. I've got a green fine cashmere long sleeve top from Intimacy. Is it Intimacy, I think it's called? Love it, really good. And then I've got a couple of, I've talked about these tops before here, or definitely on TikTok. These ones he hasn't pressed, so I don't mind unfolding these. So this top here doesn't look like much, but this, oh my goodness, is one of the best jeans and a nice tops I've ever come across. The fabric is really nice and thick, so if you're larger chested or even any kind of chested, it just holds everything really well. It's a beautiful cut, kind of like boat necky, cinches you at the waist. Just love this so much. I've got it in black and cream because that is just a winning combo. Like the black one with those clots will look great. So those are all of the evening looks, I think. Yeah, those are all the evening looks. And then there's a few accessories, shoes that I want to take. I'm going to take those ones there that I just showed you. I think they're perfect for smart casual. Something I did want to show you, but I'm not going to take with me, were these shoes here from New Look. Nice like block heel. I picked those up the other day. Oh, £32.99. That's quite expensive for New Look, isn't it? I remember the days when they were like 25 quid. But I do like those. I think a nice block heel is really good. I'm not taking these, but I also just wanted to show you them. I got these in H&M as well. I can't remember how much they were, but I thought, how nice are those? Imagine like wearing a nice pair of jeans and like a basic white tee and those as like a casual-ish date night outfit. And then another thing I wanted to show you that I'm not going to take with me, but I love as well, were these shoes here. These are very much a love it or hate it shoe. Very like Birkenstock vibe in that like they're ugly-ish. Lawrence said, it looks like you're wearing a pair of walking boots and they've just been cut off, which fair, they do. And they are really nice. I think these are a really good shoe option, but I'm just really worried about shoes cutting into me. I want any shoe that I'm taking on this trip to be comfortable because I feel like we're gonna do a lot of walking. They're definitely a Marmite shoe, but I love them a lot. Some other shoes that I'm definitely taking, these here, some of the most comfortable sandals, platform shoes I've ever worn. These are M&S. They've got this like suede material to them. If you see these in M&S, try them on, get them. I love them so much. So those are coming with me. I'm also going to take these. These again are M&S and super soft leather, really comfortable. They've also got a nice elasticated bit there. If you've been following on with a lot of the stuff that I've been moaning about with Roccatane, one of the things that I have struggled with is shoes rubbing my feet and causing really sore, raw blisters because the skin on your feet is so much thinner than it has like it normally is. So comfortable shoes are a must for me. I'm going to take those 3. I've also got a couple of other pairs that I'll show you. Okay, the other shoes I'm going to take, trusty old pair of Havaianas. These shoes here, I've shown these before, I think when I was packing for Lisbon for my friend's hen. Super comfy. They're from And Other Stories, but I got them on Vinted. Love those. And then a pair of trainers. So we've got a few evening shoes and day shoes. I picked up a few accessories that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be taking a few different necklaces and stuff, but some new things that I picked up that I'm going to take. These bangles from Primark. Something that I realised the other day is that I don't have a very strong accessory game. I tend to just wear like this stack and my same earrings the whole time, and I want to kind of look to changing up outfits a little bit more using accessories. I got this lovely necklace from H&M, and I'm going to take a few different pairs of earrings. We've got these ones here. Those were a Primark jobby. A few different kinds of like hoops. I've got some other accessories that I'm going to take as well. I need to like put them all into different bags. I'll take a few different sunglasses because I do love a good sunglass. And then I'm going to take this bag here. This is a Primark one. I think that's going to be a really good evening but also day bag. This evening bag for a pop of colour. This bag here, which is one of my go-to. This is a M&S one from ages ago. It's one of my go-to evening bags. And then this one here, which is a COS bag that I got on Vinted. And it's just really good for a over the body like that when all I need is just like my phone. I think that's everything. Oh, this bag here, I got that from H&M as well. I think that's just going to be a good relaxed day bag. I think that's everything. Also, I'm going to take underwear. I'm going to take a couple of sets of gym wear just in case there's a couple of gyms at hotels we're staying at, and swimwear. I think that's everything that I need to pack. There's something else I want to show you as well actually. There's a couple of other bits that I bought from H&M that I want to show you. Last week's vlog I was trying to find a dress to wear to my friend's wedding, and I've come across something that I think is going to be perfect. I'm going to put it on and you guys can give me your opinion because we've got time until like from this vlog going out to my friend getting married that you can tell me yes or no. Let me put it on, tell me what you think. It needs a good old steam, so don't take any attention to the creases in it. Hopefully you can see that. Let me tilt you up a little bit. Hold on, let me take you to a mirror. So this is the dress, and it's one of those ones where it's like, it's a tiny bit, you could say it's unflattering as it is. Lawrence actually quite likes it as this kind of like tenty kind of dress. The back, I love. I think it looks better with a belt. I did originally try it on with this, and I showed Lawrence and he said it looks a little bit too Roman, a little bit too costumey like this, and I can't unsee it now. But I do personally think it's that millennial kind of thing, isn't it, of putting a belt around something to like cinch a waist, when is that actually even needed? Can we go for the look without a belt? I love this. I think this looks really great. The other belt option, also it's a good thing that I'm showing you guys this because this has reminded me that I hadn't packed any belts. So now I'll pack belts. Or this kind of one here. So tell me, do you think this is good? I love the back. I love the fact that this guy comes down really low. What do we think? I definitely think it's wedding guest appropriate. Yeah, and I'm also going to be taking a carry-on case and that clip-on harness thing that I showed you in last week's vlog because I want to bring back lots of souvenirs, mostly in food form. Maybe some like beauty bits from Sephora and some fashion bits too, but definitely food bits coming on. But what do we think? Do we like this? Is this good? Let me know. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you. Can I show you it in time? I've got a pedicure appointment and it's one of those ones where they really go in on your feet. I think it's a proper callus removal one and I'm pretty certain I need to leave like now. I'll quickly show you this. So I saw this on TikTok. Someone else had this, another food content creator. I was like, this is amazing. I need to hunt this down and get it for Lawrence for our trip. It's this. Auto bingo, a vintage one as well. Like, look, you can just like push all those bits there. You've got bridge, truck, gate, train gate, ambulance, fire hydrant, tow truck, billboard. So I've got that as a surprise for Lawrence. He is going to love that so much. So I'm very excited to do that. Right, I need to get changed and go to this appointment because I'm gonna be late. I am back for my appointment. I don't really have like bad feet, but I do have like a few calluses and I just wanted to get a bit of a removal thing, and Lawrence went last week to this place. The job she did of the gel part. I could have done better myself with my at-home gel kit. And this is the thing that I always battle with when getting, especially my toes done. I know I can do it relatively well myself, so it feels a little bit like annoying. However, I think the callus peel, I won't show you my feet because no one needs to see that. I think that's pretty good. I feel like it could have been a bit better. There's still some like dry bits, I guess. Maybe I wouldn't recommend. Lawrence had a really good experience and the woman was lovely, really nice. But yeah, I feel like maybe I just need to go see a shopperist, you know? Like someone to actually go at it properly. But something that I quite liked is that they used like a foot mask instead of shaving your feet, which I would have been a bit worried about if they did that because of like how sensitive my feet are at the moment. And I think, and also I'm really ticklish. So I just feel like if I'd had someone like going at my feet, it would have been really potentially like bad for my feet, but also uncomfortable for me from like a sensitivity point of view. It's like 55 quid for gels and this callus peel, and could have probably done it better myself, but it's fine. We've had a couple of parcels get delivered as well. So let's see what's in here. I had the guys at the Cornish sea salt company ask if I wanted salt, and yes, the answer is I always want salt. The one that they actually wanted to share with me is this one here, the salt and vinegar one. I am very excited for that. Love salt. That's it. No notes besides the fact that I love salt. Then there's this one that's arrived. We have our neighbour coming in to feed our cats whilst we're away. So she did say that she'll keep an eye out for parcels for me. But she's quite old, bless her. She's like, I want to say in her 80s. A lot of these parcels, condiments and things can be quite heavy. So hopefully she'll be okay with it. Oh my gosh, what's in here? There's loads of stuff. So we have some stuff from this brand here. Arabica, preserved lemons, very interesting. I don't really cook with preserved lemons, so I'll have to look at some recipes to see what can do with that. Ooh, love a bit of tahini. Oregano buds. You ever seen those before? I have never seen oregano buds. This, or Lebanese 7 spice. Wonder what the 7 spices are. Cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, fenugreek, black pepper, cloves. Delicious. At least we know how to remake it if it's a good one. Wild sumac. The branding of this is just beautiful as well, isn't it? I love this. All za'atar. This in savoury bakes, like that with a little bit of feta in like a pastry swirl. I think that'll be used for sourdough sundaes very soon. Turkish mint. So many interesting things that I've never seen before. Rose water. Again, I feel like sourdough sundaes, we could do some sort of sweet bake with that. Yes. Pomegranate molasses, that on a salad, absolutely delicious. I think this is the last thing. Oh my gosh, guys, what have I been saying about hibiscus? Maybe I should be adding that into my tea as well for a little bit of double hit of hibiscus. Oh my goodness, thank you so much to Arabica. Arabica, is that how we think of saying it? Very, very cool. I'm gonna do a little bit of work and then I'm gonna check in with you when I do a little bit of dinner. I'm going to do something to clear the fridge out. I don't even know. Yeah, we do need to use this. What date is it? Yeah, we need to use this. So we have some of this. I've sent this planted duck hoisin. So vegan, I think it is. Yeah, 100% plant-based. Yeah, of course it's called planted. Of course it's going to be vegan. And I also have leftover from our smoke and spice dinner party that we did, some wonton papers. So I'm thinking I might stuff these with some of this. I also have some dried mushrooms that I can rehydrate. I might do that now. We can do kind of like a duck, every time, mushroom, wonton, and then I'll make some sort of like soy black vinegary sauce, kind of like if you've ever had biang biang noodles, that kind of like really black vinegary hit sauce. That's what I'm craving with some boiled wontons, not crispy, boiled. Or I might keep some aside tomorrow that we can air fry and have them as crispy for lunch. Delicious. Right, I'm gonna get on some bits and then we'll come back and make this. Got a glass of kombucha on the go. I've soaked some of the mushrooms that I have in water and we're gonna just literally chop everything together, put it into wonton wrappers. Okay, so into that I'm gonna put a little bit of XO, 2 tablespoons worth, and then I'm gonna go in with some of this stuff here. This is super, super hot. I've been trying to get through this best part of like 4 years now, and yeah, it's hot, so only a tiny bit of that in there. Tiny bit of salt in, a little bit of pepper, and that might be enough for the filling. Right, let's give that a try. It's really hoisin-y. Gonna get these wonton wrappers. I'm going to dampen all around the square, hold it like this. I'm just gonna get a spoonful of the filling, put that in, and then push the spoon so that it closes the wonton paper. That's what we're going for. Still got a bit of the filling left over, so I think I'll have that tomorrow for breakfast as kind of like a donburi rice bowl with like a scrambled egg as well. And this won't take long to cook at all, like a few seconds. So I'm gonna make a dressing now so it's ready to go. We're gonna go in with a little bit of soy sauce. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna boil it and then toss it straight into this dressing. A little bit of black wine vinegar. I love this stuff. If you ever see this in an Asian supermarket, highly recommend, delicious. What else? A little bit of MSG, like a teaspoon or so. I don't think we need any sweetness in it because there's gonna be quite a lot of sweetness from the hoisin duck in the wontons. So I'm gonna keep this like quite tart as a dressing, I think. I've also got some ponzu, so a little bit of ponzu in there. We'll go in with this Szechuan chili crunch. So a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of that. And then a little bit of sesame oil. That should be everything that we need in that dressing. And whatever I don't end up using, oh yeah, just put some sesame seeds. Actually, oddly, it needs more salt, so I'll put in some crushed sesame seeds. I was going to do that anyway, I just forgot. A little bit of salt, tiny bit more soy. That should do it. Lime. I do have a lime. Maybe I'll put some lime juice in as well. So let's go in with a squeeze of lime. See if we need 2 halves. Yeah, we can do 2. I'm literally going to boil those for a couple of seconds and then toss them in there. I'm going to reserve that. I might need that. If not, I'll cook the rice in that tomorrow morning for the donburi bowl. Dumplings are now in. I do think this one here is going to split a bit more, but they look okay. I've never done this before. I am completely winging this. This could be absolutely horrific, but I don't think it will be. I have faith. They actually all seemed to have worked pretty nicely. Oh, we have dumplings in here. Let's gently fish them out. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to put a little bit of sesame seed over the top. Maybe some crispy onions as well. A little bit more of this sauce here. Got this whole tub here of fried shallots. I think those on top would be really good. We'll go in a few with other things. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this, which is toragashi, and then a little bit of this furiaki here. Give you a little top shot. Not bad considering that was just everything that I had in the fridge. Very good fridge raid. I'm gonna eat this. I'm going to put on my comfort film. What's your comfort film? I'm always obsessed with knowing this. What do you put on when you're just like, I need comfort, or I don't really want to have to think about anything? Tell me what yours is, because mine, I've got a few, but like my biggest one is The Devil Wears Prada. I just love it. I love it so much. I love Anne Hathaway, I love Emily Blunt, I love Meryl Streep, I love Stanley Tucci, I love the story of it. It's my go-to comfort one. And Lawrence laughs about the amount of times I watch it, especially when he's not here. When he goes out with the guys, I will sit on the sofa with a glass of kombucha, make myself a dinner just like this, and watch The Devil Wears Prada for the millionth time. So that's mine. So I'm gonna do that this evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. I am just baking a loaf for my sister-in-law to take to hers later today. Cooking some rice in that leftover mushroom broth that we had yesterday. I have had such a productive morning. I feel like this is absolutely great. I want to clean the house tomorrow. I always knew I wanted to do that. I don't know what your kind of routine is when you go on holiday, but especially for like a big trip like this, I personally like to give the house a big, at least once over, like clean all the surfaces, give everything a good like sweep, mop, hoover, like change the bedding, all that kind of stuff, clean the bathroom. Whilst I'm waiting for the rice to cook and the loaf to cook, I thought, let's do a house tour. So our house, it's a bungalow, and I don't think there's much standing from when we first bought it. We've just changed so much. We've knocked down so many walls. We did it in 2 phases because we couldn't afford to do it in 1 full phase, essentially. So we basically have this full space here. We'll start in the kitchen. So we're in the kitchen now. This is what you guys normally see. We've got our like kitchen bit here, ovens. In front of me, this is our main living space. We have dining table there, we've got garden, I'll show you that in a second, and then we've got our full living space, and also I'll show you up there in a minute as well. And essentially, when we bought this house, like none of this existed. The house kind of like came to here, and it wasn't double height at all. We took the ceiling out and we've extended, all that kind of stuff. So we did a lot of work to it. That was like the main phase one that we did, making the living space one that we wanted. We had quite a lot of ideas as what we wanted it to be like. We love cooking, so we really wanted the kitchen to be the full focus point of the living space, really. I think if we had more space and money to play with, maybe we would have had a dining area. Would we have had a dining area separate? I don't think we would, because what's really lovely is that when you're hosting, you can be serving up the dishes and your guests be over there. I think something that I would want to have in a future place is I'd love to have almost like a prep kitchen utility kind of area. One that's like got loads of light in it and loads of like where you can put all your appliances, but also you can shut some stuff away that you don't want people to see, because there are a lot of times when we host and we have trays of food on this surface here waiting to either be cooked or heated up or something like that. And I feel like it'd be good to have a whole other kind of like pantry working kitchen space. That would be the dream. So you have like almost like two kitchens, a butler's kitchen. Something I really wanted was to have 2 ovens. For me, that was just so essential. I use this one all the time. This is my favourite oven. This actually came with the house, this oven. It's so good. It cooks my sourdoughs really well. And it's got a black inside, which is very forgiving. When we renovated, we decided we wanted to keep it, and we just got the same model, but it's just like a slightly upper version. Actually, annoyingly, this isn't as good because the inside is grey, so if you're cooking something that splatters, you have to oven pride it afterwards, which I do tend to oven pride the ovens once a month, once every couple of months anyway, depending on what we've been cooking. And also it's like slightly wider than that one. So we've got these certain trays that we love and we use all the time. Those trays fit in that one perfectly within those like 2 little runners on the side of the oven. The other one is just like slightly bigger, so they don't fit in and you have to have a boring information. But anyway, 2 ovens, love it. And then our island, I'll show you that. So this island here, this is poured concrete. So we've got a bit here and then we've got 2 sections. We've also got this one here is also concrete as well. And you can see it from this angle as well. So we've got this bit and then the 2 slabs there. And then there's this iron frame that goes around it with this uprights so that it doesn't collapse. And we made those. We made these work surfaces. I think it was like half wanting to save budget, half wanting to do something a bit different. We wanted a certain size island and we wanted it to like be as long as possible. The materials that we found to do that were either really expensive, just not our style. We're not massive like marble lovers. That's not something I really like or Lawrence really likes. So there was a mixture. It was a mixture of like wanting to save money and also just not being able to find something of the size that we needed. Yeah, we didn't like wood. We didn't want marble. I personally love a tiled surface, a tiled island. Lawrence doesn't like it, and this is a really funny one for me as to why he doesn't like it. He says that like if you were to drop a glass, it would smash. Like it's like not a forgiving surface. But I'm like, but we have concrete. Surely that's the same. I do think that concrete is slightly more, I guess, shock absorbent than tiles would be. Like if you did drop a nice wine glass on this concrete surface or like it fall over, it probably wouldn't break as much as it would on a tile. But still, I think his theory, not even theory, I think his reasoning for not having a tiled surface isn't great. I think a cleaning element, fair enough, because like all the grooves of tiling wouldn't be the best. But yeah, a lot of labour, a lot of love went into these. We essentially made some frames using melamine, which is the kind of material that basically all IKEA cupboards are made out of, like a really shiny surface. And we made the frames that we wanted, and then we filled all of the gaps with a silicone. And then what we did is we coated the frames with cooking oil so that it was a grease to go in between the concrete and the melamine frame, so it would like come out essentially. Made a load of concrete, and when it came to things like the sink, things like that, we just built in the gaps within the frame. There was a lot of maths involved with it, but Lawrence is so good with stuff like that, and his friend is a builder as well, so he was able to kind of help us. When it came to house renovation stuff, we just wanted to give stuff a go. We thought, you know, it cost us probably about £500, I think, to do the work surfaces like that, which would have been a fraction of like getting them made bespoke. So we thought, look, nothing ventured, nothing gained, let's just give it a go and see. And yeah, so we poured in the concrete and we made a really smooth mix concrete as well. Then we used those machines that you use to break up massive bits of concrete or stone or something like those things. Our friend, the builder, he had one of those. And what we did is we like pushed that to the edge of the frame, turned it on, and it vibrated all of the bubbles out of the concrete of the frame. It was like during a heat wave as well, so we just left the frames outside, did them quite thick as well because you didn't want them to snap. Oh, and we put what's it called, reinforcement bars in them as well. This rice is also done so that they wouldn't snap. But I think if I was to do it again, I probably would even probably do them a bit thicker so that they really, like, because there were bits where they were starting to bend. We had to have 4 of our like friends, strong friends, to come over and help move them into position. It was a bit of a stressful situ. Love the island, and do you know what? I think I would do it again. I think I would like a prep kitchen, a stainless steel kitchen, or like I say, I do like the tiled look. This is the living space. We did quite a lot of like finishing touches ourselves as well. So we took the build pretty much to wired shell. We personally don't feel comfortable doing plumbing or electrics. That's just 2 things that we don't want to touch. I know that plumbing is relatively, I say easy. I think we could do plumbing. It's essentially jigsaw work, but I don't want the stress of it. I don't want the stress of like something leaking if you've tiled something over and it like I'm happy to pay someone to like build the walls, get the electrics in, get the plumbing in, and then other things we're happy to do. I'm happy to do tiling. Like we tiled this backsplash here. Lawrence is quite particular with tiling. Like that stuff like that he's kind of okay with because it's a smallish section. But tiling a bathroom, and I'll show you how our bathrooms are tiled, so I do get his point. I'd rather just pay someone to do it and do it well. So, but I would do tiling. I quite like it as long as you just take the time to do it. So we've done things all in the house such as tiling. We laid all of the floor. We've got engineered wood floor, which highly recommend. Cheaper than full wood and so much nicer than laminate. So if you're doing a renovation, definitely recommend getting engineered wood. It's like a midpoint price. And we did all that ourselves as well. Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff we did. Like did all the painting ourselves. Our kitchen, the cabinets, we had them done bespoke. So all of the carcasses in the kitchen. And let me know if you want like a more detailed kitchen tour as well. I've done snippets on TikTok before where I've showed some elements of our pantry. But if you want like a standalone detailed kitchen tour, maybe I can talk about things like the crockery that I have and the appliances that I have and the pantry items and how we lay everything out and all of it in its raw glory as well, like the good and like the bad, the ugly. Let me know because I will happily do a very detailed standalone video of kitchen bits. I really rate IKEA kitchens. I think they're brilliant. We didn't like any of the fronts on them, so we did get the fronts done bespoke. Lawrence actually really handily had a friend who had a company that could make them. So we didn't get mates rates or anything, but it just meant that it was quite easy. IKEA carcasses, I love them. Granted, I've never actually had any other ones. When we had our old house, it was like a terraced house. We also had an IKEA kitchen then. Just love them. Like the soft closing are great. The compartments are good. They just never let us down. Like I just really rate an IKEA carcass. I think they're great. Living space here. Let me show you. I've showed you before my office, but let me show you that again. So this here is my office. Nothing like too groundbreaking. Desk. I've got my under desk treadmill here, and then we've got these nice sliding doors. We've got a nice little click-clack sofa there. But yeah, nothing too wild about this one, just like quite clean, crisp, simple kind of design. So we wanted to have 2 living spaces. Lawrence loves sports. There's so many times where he wants to watch a football match or Formula 1 or something like that, and I don't want to watch that. So for us, having 2 separate living spaces so we could just do our own thing when we wanted to was really key. And also we really love movies, so being able to have a space that we could come to and it'd be more like a cozy, let's like sit with a bowl of popcorn kind of thing. And we had a real vision for this one to be all black. We called it like the black hole room. So this here is our snug. On camera, like all the scuffs are really showing up. I do need to give another paint of all the rooms. It's been like about 2-3 years since we had the renovation done. So I do need to touch paint up. Big TV there. In this here, we've got loads of vintage Nintendo consoles. So we can do like games nights and stuff. Something that I do really love is this kind of gallery wall here that we've had. We've built up so many different things here. And I would say if you're planning on doing a gallery wall, for me, I would would rather wait and find pieces that really make a difference and that really mean a lot to me, rather than just like going on, I know there's like this quite a common website I think where you can go get lots of prints, rather than going onto a website and just buying any old prints. Find ones that you really love, like play the long game. I think it makes so much more of a difference because they're so much more unique. But I'll walk you through this one here because I love it, it's so good. I have this little tin here which we keep matches in because we light incense here. Please don't look at that, that is awful. I might even put some tile or something there, horrific. So we picked this up from Paris. This is a map from when we were in Tokyo, just like the city map, and then these are things called, oh god, what are they called? I can't remember, but they're little like wish things, and we got these from 2 different places in Japan, so we've like named what they are and stuck those on there. We've got some of our wedding Polaroids. These are ones actually that our photographer liked the most and gave to us as Insta. She was like, these are my favourite ones, and we decided to frame those. We've got here, this is a nonce or conce or something I think it is. Put a candle in here and it's just so lovely in the evening to just see that flickering there. Nice little like postcard from a hotel that we love. If you've been to Margate before, this is a great hotel to stay in. Nice little Polaroid there. We picked this up when we were in Barcelona, I think it was. And then we've also got another couple of like Polaroids that we've taken. This was from a yacht club that we went to, stayed in the Bahamas. They had their own little like flags. We brought one of those with us. We brought this back from Mexico, I think. Oh no, actually we did buy that one from a shop, but it is a authentic Mexican mask. This here we found in a flea market in Tokyo, and it's a vintage Disney poster. Really love that. Never actually seen that film, Hunting Instinct. Do you ever watch that? No idea. This is another one of our favourites images from our wedding as well. So we had that one framed. We've also got little trinkets everywhere. Lawrence's sister bought us this, a little like ghost thing. And then we have a lucky cat there as well. And then this, I'll show you this in a second because that's very cool. This print here we picked up when we were in a flea market in Florence. I think this one is from Mexico. I think we got that one in Mexico. This is actually just one that I did buy off of one of those kind of sites, but I do love this print a lot. I think it's hilarious. This I got from a little pack of cards. I thought that was really lovely. Same pack of cards. I also got this one in that says Be Optimistic, and I just loved those, that they were in like the start and the end of the playing card pack, and I just thought they deserved to have a little place there. And then we've got this amazing vintage calendar. Gonna have to change that to July soon, and it's like a pin-up one. It is just so beautiful. It's a Pirelli one. It's just, I love it so much. That's actually Lawrence's. There's an artist that we love called Mr. Bingo, and he does amazing illustrations. We picked this up in a flea market. Another little Polaroid. That's from our wedding day, actually. We had a little photo booth at our wedding. And then this here, this is one that Lawrence's dad got him. This is painted. Can you believe that? Like, I thought that was a picture, but it's a print, obviously, 1 of 100. But isn't that like incredible? Love that. And Lawrence's parents have the treacle version of it. Another little Polaroid of a couple of friends of ours. This is Joe Lycett's piece. So one of his prints there. Love that as well. And then we picked this up when we were in Cornwall. Jam then cream first on scone. I can't remember where we picked this up from. I think we got this from Iceland, from a flea market in Iceland. It's massive. This here I got for Lawrence as a birthday gift. It's a little calendar. Haven't actually changed it in a little while. Let's change that. This is a really cool Star Wars one by Mr. Bingo as well. And then we also picked up this one when we did a trip. We actually went on this ferry from Tallinn to Helsinki. That neon sign, there's a little switch here. Our electrician had a right nightmare trying to make this work. Lawrence had such a vision because this is where the old house, like the house used to end, and this was a window into the bathroom. And we didn't want to get rid of the window because we didn't want to have a windowless bathroom. So we decided to put in these opaque breeze blocks instead, and then this allowed for us to be able to put, Lawrence had a vision to put a neon sign there so it would then reflect light into the bathroom. So this pink light in the evening makes the bathroom really glow pink. It's really cool. So it's just a vintage rock and roll neon sign which we found on eBay. This is our ensuite. Walk-in shower here. We had a terrazzo top made. That was an expense that was really expensive. That I personally wouldn't have done it, but Lawrence just was really set on the design of it. We're quite lucky, I think, in that we have such similar ideas and design concepts, and when one of us is really passionate about something, the other one's like, yeah, cool, not a problem. Like, we don't argue over interior stuff at all. We both love trying new things. We love colour as well, so we just love like doing things a little bit differently. So when he wanted that terrazzo top, I was like, yeah, fine, like it's just an expense that I personally wouldn't have done, but if you're like set on it, go for it. So this is our ensuite here. Let me flip you around and give you a better look of it. So this here is the ensuite. And then this here is our dressing room. You're gonna have to excuse it. It's a little bit like dusty, messy and a bit mucky. Like I say, I need to do loads of like paint touch-ups. So we've got a little like vanity section there, mirror, and then all of this storage here. And we did all of this using the IKEA bedroom, like the IKEA wardrobes. It was a lot of work, but we basically did this IKEA hack where you can, I'll flip the camera around and you can see it. Lawrence made all of these fronts just with MDF and then attached them to the drawers that you get from IKEA. So then what you do as well is like when you have the carcasses, so you can kind of see here, Lawrence put a bit of MDF over the top of it and then you cork over the top of that, or you put filler over the top of that, sand that down, and then what you do is you paint all of the surfaces, because again it's using that melamine material that IKEA use. So then you have to like paint all the surfaces with this, I think it's actually called difficult surfaces paint. So you do like 3 coats of that and it makes it really abrasive and matte as a surface. Then you can go in and paint all of it. It was a lot of work, but to have a room like this bespoke would have cost thousands. I think it cost us something about 700 quid, something like that, and probably like 2 full weekends of work. But I love it and I would do it again. Like next place that we have, 100% do this again because it's just been brilliant. Would like more space though. I'll leave the bedroom for now because I'm washing the bedding, so the bed isn't made, doesn't look very good. So if I remember, I'll show you our main bedroom in a second. But then let me show you the last few rooms. We've got another bathroom and then also we have the spare bedroom, Lawrence's office. This is Lawrence's office. This actually used to be our bedroom before we did the renovation of phase 2. So we actually have, you can see here, there's a light, where is it? There, and a light there, where we used to have like our bed. You can really see the style difference between like his office, my office. His brief to himself was, I want it to look like a tattoo studio, which I think he's absolutely nailed. And also the sofa here is a sofa bed, really good one from Dunelm. So when we have guests come over, we can convert this into another spare bedroom. So Lawrence's desk can actually come off of the frame that it's on. We push that sofa back into the original position that our bed was in. And then this is actually a really lovely guest bedroom. So this is Lawrence's office. We also have another gallery wall here. There's like smaller bits on this one. Something that we love is we have this thing called a things to look forward to board, so we can put everything on there that we really like are looking forward to. Love this. Another vintage calendar here, another vintage one. I think that's another Mr. Bingo print. And then this is our family bathroom. This is the first bathroom we did. This here is one of my favourite features of the house. These are actually little vinyl stickers that Lawrence had made to be able to go over the tiles to create this. He designed that looking good bit and he just like sat there sticking all them on. And like we have all these other little touches as well. Like we bought this sticker back from South Korea. I think this says like, please close the door. And then we've got these really cool handles there. We picked up this bar secondhand and it was painted bright blue. So I decided to use some leftover paint that we had from the renovations to just paint it half-half. And then we've got a nice big rainfall shower here. Another small little gallery wall there. Again, this is something that we picked up when we're in South Korea. This says, please wash your hands. Love this. I love this bathroom so much. Final room is this spare bedroom here. Nothing too wild, nothing to write home about. You've got your bed there. I need to put these away, but I always put those by the side of the bed for people. A little coffee station for guests there as well. Little like vanity area. I actually think I'll leave the garden for when Lawrence is here because that's his like project. He loves the garden so much. He does so much planting. He has a lot to say about it and he's done so much in it. So I don't think it's really fair me giving a tour of the garden without him being here to be able to tell you guys certain things that he's done and how he's done it and why he's done it. So we'll leave the garden to another time. There's the house for you. I've always had so many requests about having a house tour. So is that okay? Like I watched a few other content creators give their house tours to see how I should do it for you guys. Let me know, was that okay? Do you want to see anything more? Oh, the mares. Okay, hold on, let me show you the meds. So we have this ladder here. I think I literally just got this ladder on eBay, but you can put it up. I'll put it up in a second actually, because I only had it down to get my suitcase down. So up here is this space here. It's just another bed space really. This is very last resort guest space because it's not super safe. We should maybe put some like wood here to be a little bit safer, but it's a nice little section in case you do need to have some extra bedding. And there's also storage up there. So like I say, like we keep, Christmas decorations, like a little like cubby hole, like an attic space. So we can keep all of our like Christmas decorations, suitcases, things like that up there. There you go, house tour. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see or if I've missed anything. And if you do want to have like a more in-depth kitchen tour, just let me know. What do you want to see? I would love to do like a bonus YouTube on a Wednesday for you guys. I need to do a little bit of work now. I'm gonna have a little bit of breakfast. I need to go to M&S. Also return some bits to Zara. So I'm just gonna crack on and do some bits and I'll check on with a bit. What is it about when you go away that just like everything for the last few moments is just such a rush? I got home, changed the bedding over. You can be as prepared as possible for holiday, and those last couple of hours before you go out the door, always so stressful, no matter how much you're prepared for it. So stressful. Something that my firefighter friend told me to do whenever you leave the house, or actually whenever you go to bed, is to shut every door. And he showed me a video once of a house that he went to that had been in a fire, and this whole hallway was just jet black from smoke damage. He opened the door to a bedroom that the door was shut in. The bedroom was untouched. It looked completely normal, and everything else outside of that door was horrific. If you ever go away, going to bed, shut all the doors in your house, because those doors, no matter how thick or thin they are, shave minutes off of potential catastrophes happening. So shut all your doors. He's always taught me that. And I'm now on my way to my sister-in-law's house. I have Oishi with me here. Don't worry, here's belted in as well. That's it. All ready to go. Tomorrow we fly. Thank you so much for joining on another one. If you do love these vlogs, if you do comment, honestly, I can't thank you enough. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you guys in New York. Exciting. Okay. Bye.